pain, all the face weight.
Hell frame, carving through my body like a furnace blade. Neural wires twisting in the bloodstained casket. My nerves get stripped where the shadows invade. In a world that agony till my face downgrade. I'm a hellborn engine with a cortex scar. Nerves extracted from a war too far. I fuse the torment into who we are and burn new strength from the wounds that char. Neural lines snapping in a molten wave. Pain pulls ringing from the depths I gave. I seize the trauma that was made me cave and break its grip like a ghost I grave. Hell frame pressure in the fire I spin. Extraction tearing through my outer skin. I take that damage from the pain within and forge new force where I once gave in.
Pain rise and cut the nerve. Extraction where your feels converge. Burn the pain you used to serve. Rise through fire, bend the curve. Strip the shadows from your core. Melt the scars you held before. Neural forge and furnace roar. Hell frame calls you evermore.
Now I'm ripping out the agony like a bloodborne wire. Hell frame tightening a molten fire. I drag each nerve through a furnace pie and twist that burn till the flames go high. Neural extraction in a shockwave climb. Pain's hearts clicking in a steel cup rhyme. I override torture like it's out of time and scope new strength from the grit and grime. Hell frame tremors in a nightmare beat. Ashen circuits melting in the heat. I pound the trauma till the fall's complete and storm through suffering I won't repeat. My nerves rebuild in a battle torn glow. Hell frame humming where the scars regrow. I pull the torment that I used to know and bend it upward till the powers flow. Every nerve I lost becomes regained. Every scream I held becomes restrained. I rise through torture uncontained and carve my will hell engine train.
Every nerve I lost becomes regained. Every scream I held becomes restrained. I rise through torture uncontained and carve my will, hell engine trained. Every nerve I lost becomes regained. Every scream I held becomes restrained. I rise through torture uncontained and carve my will, hell engine trained. Hear me burning, break the chain. Neural forge inside your pain. Extraction rising like a flame. Reborn raging in your vein. Burn the sorrow from your chest. Feel the fire you manifest. Hell frame forged in every test. Rise immortal, never rest.
Yeah. Right. Keep morning. Yeah. Demon line crawling through my synapse like a burning curse. Neural pathways choking as the shadows traverse. My thoughts get hijacked in a spiral reverse, but I flip that grip till the flames disperse. I'm a hellwire walking with a fractured crown. Demon line signals trying to drag me down. I seize that darkness in a battleground and override it till the chains come unbound. Synapse pressure twitching in a relic haze. Demon pulse beating in a corrupted maze. I twist the signals in a violent blaze and break possession of the void once raised. My cortex trembles in a club on tide. Demon was sliding where my fears reside. I grip the terror to the lines that divide and force the override to my own side.
Hey, demon line, cut the cord. Override the shadow lord. Synapse spinning like a sword. Rewrite fear you can't afford. Break the whisper in your head. Twist the voice that filled with dread. Override the words they said. Rise before the darkest fed. Demon line. Demon line. Demon line. Demon line.
Now I'm ripping through the demon line like a scarlet wire. Synapse stirring in a hostile fire. I tear the signals in a lethal choir and forge my will as the beings tied. Neural combat roaring in the devil's dance. Demon pulses lunging like a fatal lance. I bend the current in a brutal stance and make possession lose its chance. Synapse structures in a backlash sweep. Demon code screaming from the shadows deep. I break the terror they tried to keep and flip the grip till the circuits weep. My mind descends in a hellstorm climb. Demon line scrambling to rewind time. I override evil in a perfect rhyme and crown my fate in a shift sublime.
Every demon line cut becomes my throne. Every override sets the fear dethroned. I carved dominion with a mind full grown and rise ascending, fully my own. Demon line. Demon line. Demon line. Demon line. Demon line.
Final pulse.
Inferno pulse, hammering in my chest like a burning drum. Fire blood seething where the nightmares come. My heartbeat erupts when the shadows numb, and I twist that blaze till the dark succumbs. I'm a flame bone fighter with a furnace vein. Pulse exploding from the trauma and strain. I channel ruin into something sane and scorch my fate with a molten chain. Firestorms bitten in a ribcage tear. Inferno pressure shaking everywhere. I burn the doubt I used to wear and turn its ashes to volcanic air. Convulsions ripping in a heated grind. Catastrophic tremors crawling through my mind. I turn destruction into something aligned and rise through fire, redesign. Inferno rise and feel the beat. Pulse that breaks your last retreat. Catastrophic in the heat. Burn the fear beneath your feet. Flames erupting through the night. Pulse becoming purest light. Rise from ashes when you fight. Inferno burns your second sight. Now I'm tearing through the pulse like a wildfire scream. Inferno beating in a red hot stream. I scorched the nightmares that broke my dream. And forged rebirth in a pyro gleam. Fire veins bursting in a shockwave climb. Post detonation keeping perfect time. I carve catastrophe in a flawless rhyme. And rise above what once declined. Inferno tension rising in a magma sweep. Pulse vibrations cutting through the deep. I grab destruction that I used to keep. Then flip collapse till the embers leap. My chest ignites in a flare so bright. Catastrophic fire swallow night. I break the shadows, die and blaze ascending, pure ignite. Every flame I hit becomes my core. Every rise burns more than before. I crush the dusk in a molten roar and climb eruption evermore. Inferno rise and feel the beat. Pulse that breaks your last retreat. Catastrophic in the heat. Burn the fear beneath your feet. Flames erupting through the night. Pulse becoming purest light. Rise from ashes when you fight. Inferno burns your second sight. Get it, get it, get it, get it, spit out pulse. Get it, get it, get it, get it, spit out pulse. Get it, get it, get it, get it, spit out pulse. Get it, spit out pulse.
Yo. Abyss born energy boiling in my skull like a ruptured tide. Cerebral fractures opening where the shadows hide. My thoughts combust in a rift storm slide. And I surf that chaos till the worlds collide. I'm a boy raised breaker with a cortex rock. Serpent till the abyss twisting every thought. I bend the darkness they always brought and weaponized what the void once taught. Rift line spiraling up and gleam. Cerebral pulses staring through the seam. I turn the medicine a molten stream and shape the storm into my regime. Abyss pressure climbing like a black sun's roar. Cortex trembling in the night, I'm pure. I take the rift storm through the inner core and claim my mind as awakened war.
Rift storm breaking inside. Cerebral shadows open wide. Abyss burn rising with the tide. Storm the fear you used to hide. Crack the vision, twist the form. Ride the edge of every storm. Cerebral born from night so warm. Rift your fate and re-transform.
Now I'm ripping through the wrist, I'm like a nightmare wing. Cerebral winds turning into everything. I twist the cyclone that the shadows bring and crown my mind as a rift-born king. Abyss-born pulses smashing in a turbulence glow. Stormlines colors from the dark winds flow. I take the chaos I used to know and carve new power from the undertow. Rift storms raging in the scope, crack flight like cortex splitting in a war of light. I swing the thunder through the endless night. I then push void into my sight. Abyss scars echo with us, a storm's imprint. Cerebral sparks carving every hint. Crush the fear that the shadows meant. And forge ascension as my blueprint. Every rift I break becomes my throne. Every storm obeys the force I hone. I rise abyss born, fully grown. Mind ascending, power shown.
Rift storm, tear the cage. Cerebral flame in every stage. Abyss born riding through the rage. Storm your rise and disengage. Break the darkness in your vein. Ride the storm through fear and pain. Rift descend beyond the chain. Cerebral dawn, you reign again. Cerebral dawn, you reign again. Bringing out fire, scorching through my skull like a furnace burst. At the burn, rising from the damage I rehearsed. My thoughts ignite in a hunger curse, but I bend that blaze to the flame submerged. I'm a scorch-born fighter with a cortex flare. At the burn, echo shaking everywhere. I force the ashes into something rare and climb the embers like a cosmic stair. Brain fire crawl in a red lit spin. At the burn, carving through my outer skin. I twist the heat that lit within and fuel ascension from where I begin. Cranial sparks bursting in a molten blast. At the burn, pressure dragging from the past. I flip with the room until it burns out fast and prime the rise that was built to last. After burning night, the climb. Cranial fires crossing time. Rise beyond the broken rhyme. Burn your scars into sublime. Heat that lingers in your brain. Use the embers in your vein. After burn through fear and pain. Ascend and break the dark again. Now I'm blazing through the afterburn like a starborn flight. Cranial pressure boiling in a searing light. I melt the failures that can find my sight and launch my will through the endless night. Brain core thirst is firing in a solar stream. After burn torque pushing past the dream. I cut the shadows in a laser beam and pull ascension to the forward stream. Cranial shockwaves tearing in a furnace roar. After burn flooding through the inner floor. I drag the ashes that I burned before and forge new wings from the molten core. Neural residue going in a comic streak. After burn swirling through the past I seek. I break the limits that once made me weak and rise transcendent, no critique. Every ember flares into my rise. Every spark rewrites my skies. I crush the dusk in a fire wise and panic. I'm been done it. After burning night, the climb.
Yeah, demon line crawling through my synapse like a burning curse. Neural pathways choking as the shadows traverse. My thoughts get hijacked in a spiral reverse, but I flip that grip to the flames disperse. I'm a hell-wide walker with a fractured crown. Demon line singers trying to drag me down. I seize that darkness in the battleground and override it till the chains come unbound. Synapse pressure twitching in a red light haze. Demon pulse beat in a corrupted maze. I twist the signals in a violent blaze and break position that the void once raised. My cortex trembles in a claw marked tide. Demon whisper sliding where my fears reside. I grip the terror till the lines divide and force the override to my own side.
Demon line, cut the cord, override the shadow lord. Synapse spinning like a sword, rewrite fear you can't afford. Break the whisper in your head, twist the voice that filled with dread. Override the words they said, rise before the darkest fade.
Now I'm ripping through the demon line like a scarlet wire. Synapse flaring in a hostile fire. I tear the signals in a lethal choir and forge my will as the vegans tire. Hero combat roaring in the devil's dance. Demon pulses lunging like a fatal lance. I bend the current in a brutal stance and make possession lose its chance. Synapse switches in a backlash sweep. Demon code screaming from the shadows deep. I break the terror they try to keep and flip their grip to the circuits weak. My mind ascends in a hellstone climb. Demon line scrambling a rewind time. I override evil in a perfect rhyme and crown my fate in the ships sublime. Every demon line cut becomes my throne. Every override sets the fear dethroned. I carve dominion with a mindful groan and rise ascending fully my own.
Demon line, cut the cord, override the shadow lord. Synapse spinning like a sword, rewrite so you can't afford. Break the whisper in your head, twist the voice that filled with dread. Override the words they said, rise before the darkest fade. Demon line, demon line, demon line, demon line, demon line. Tear apart, override the demon's art. Synapse blazing from the start. Burn the fear inside your heart. Flip the shadow into light. Break position in the fight. Override the crawling night. Rise and claim your neural right. Flip the shadow into light. Break position in the fight. Override the crawling night. Rise and claim your neural right.
Infernal cortex cracking in my skull like a molten wire. Voltage waking every nerve in a lightning choir. My thoughts combust in electric fire, and I bend that surge till the sparks conspire. I'm a hell-lit breaker with a cortex storm. Voltage sculpting every scar I born. I force the current into something reborn and tear new power from the lines I worn. Brainwaves burning in a high chart spin. Synapse figures tearing through the skin. I take it overload I held within and forge a surge where the flames begin. Molten impulses boiling in a violent stream. Infernal circuits pulsing like a nightmare scream. I push the shock until the wires gleam and ride the voltage like a war machine.
Voltage burning like the core. Infernal cortex wanting more. Shock the dark you felt before. Surge and break the inner war. Crack the silence, scorch the night. Wires humming through your fight. Cortex rising to ignite. Voltage rules your second sight. Voltage second sight. Voltage rules your second sight. Voltage second sight.
Now I'm firing through the circuits like a meteor charge. Infernal sparks climbing in a surge so large. I cut the limits in a brutal barrage and twist the current to the scars discharge. Synapse overload ripping like a thunder blast. Cortex screaming as the pulse is cast. I tear through memories, the shadows of mass and burn new strength from a shattered past. Voltage hammer hidden in a shockwave climb. Infernal fire crawling through my mind. I bend the lightning in a flawless line. And what weaponize, what the dark design. My cortex flashes in a furnace grind. Brain fire roaring through what's left behind. I twist the storm till it's realigned. And rise electric redesign. Rise electric redesign.
Every blast becoming fuel I will. Every joke reshaping how I heal. I break the fear that the shadows sealed and surge, ascend in battle still. Filters burning like the core. Infernal cortex wanting more. Shock the dark you felt before. Surge and break the inner war. Crack the silence, scorch the night. Wires humming through your fight. Cortex rising to ignite. Voltage rules your second sight. Rules your second sight. Voltage rules your second sight. Rules your second sight. Voltage rules your second sight.
Beijing
Hey, hell frame carving through my body like a furnace blade. Neural wires twisting in the bloodstained cascade. My nerves get stripped where the shadows invade, and I weld that aggie till my fears downgrade. I'm a hellborn engine with a cortex scar. Nerves extracted from a war too far. I fuse the torment into who we are and burn new strength from the wounds that char. Neural lines stepping in a molten wave. Pain pills bringing from the depths I gave. I seize the trauma that was made me cave and break its grip like a ghost I grave. Hell frame pressure in a fire raw spin. Extraction tearing through my outer skin. I take that damage from the pain within and forge new force where I once gave in.
Hell frame rising, cut the nerve. Extraction where your fears converge. Burn the pain you used to serve. Rise through fire, bend the curve. Strip the shadows from your core. Melt the scars you held before. Neural forged in furnace roar. Hell frame calls you evermore.
Now I'm ripping out the agony like a bloodborne wire. Hell frame tighter than a molten fire. I drag each nerve through a furnace pyre and twist that burn till the flames go higher. Neural extraction in the shockwave climb. Pain's hearts clicking in the steel cut rhyme. I override torture like it's out of time and sculpt new strength from the grit and grind. Hell frame tremors in a nightmare beat. Ashen circuits melting in the heat. I pound the trauma till it falls complete and storm through suffering I won't repeat. My nerves rebuild in a battle-torn glow. Hell frame humming where the scars regrow. I pull the torment that I used to know and bend it up where tide will flow. Every nerve I lost becomes regained. Every scream I held becomes restrained. I rise through torture uncontained and carve my will, hell engine train.
Every nerve I lost becomes regained. Every scream I held becomes restrained. I rise through torture uncontained and carve my will, hell engine train. Hell frame burning, break the chain. Neural forged inside your pain. Extraction rising like a flame. Reborn raging in your vein. Burn the sorrow from your chest. Fuel the fire you manifest. Hell frame forged in every test. Rise immortal, never rest.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Brainstem trembling in my chest like a fault line tear. Cataclysm creeping through the nerves I bear. My body convulses in a primal flare, but I clutch that rupture till it turns to air. I'm a core-born fighter with a spinal blaze. Brainstem pulsing in a breakneck craze. I'm mold decay, us in 1,000 ways. In turn collapse to the force I raise. Nerve roots snapping in a seismic wave. Cataclysm dripping from the scars I gave. I twist the downfall that once made me cave and burn new paths from the ruins I saved. Deep core pressure in the war zone spin. Ignition flickers from the dark within. I feed the fracture till the flames begin and prime my soul for the war I win.
Bang, bang, bang.
Brainstem breaking, feel the spark. Cataclysm that shapes the dark. Ignite the life you must embark. Rise reborn from where you mark. Crack the core beneath your pain. Burn the flow lines in your vein. Ignition roaring once again. Cataclysm becomes your game.
Yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your god.
yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your game.
yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your dog.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm lighting up the brainstem like a crimson fuse. Cataclysm rising through the past I use. I cut the terror that the shadows choose and weaponize every scar and bruise. Core rupture hammering in a deadly beat. Nerve storms tearing through my hands and feet. I channel fire where the fractures meet and drag rebirth into the repeat. Brainstem pulses in a meltdown climb. Cataclysm molding in a perfect rhyme. I split the failure from another time and forge new strength from the grit and grime. Ignition blazing in a breakborn storm. Nerve roots scream shifting to a different form. I take the ruin that was once the norm and rise rebuilt, battle warm. Every rupture I hit becomes my right. Every meltdown turns into my light. I burn the wreckage in a fearless fight and ignite a sin in full insight.
Brainstem fire, tear the floor. Cataclysm you can't ignore. Ignite the core, you fight for more. Rise and scorch the night before. Break the fractures in your chest. Turn destruction into zest. Cataclysm becomes your crest. Ignition crown you manifest. Listen, girl, you manifest. Listen, girl, you manifest. Listen, girl, you manifest. So wire twisting through my spirit like a razor spine. Hyper torque coiling every pulse in the warp design. My nerves and essence start to intertwine, and I spin that fate till the stars align. I'm a mutation bearer with a soul forged frame. Torque explosions rattling the scars I claim. I bend the pressure like a burning flame and turn that twist into my new name. Spirit current surging in a shockwave ring. So while you're humming with a feral sting, I grab the chaos that mutations bring and bring new power from everything. So vibrations drilling through my spine. Essence flickers where the voids combine. I steer the rupture till the forms refine and rise mutated, half divine. So while you turn and twist the core, hypertalk will make you more mutation pounding through your wall. Shade to you they can't ignore. Spin the shadows in the light, then the form that didn't fight mutation burning in the sight. So while you wakes your second night. Yeah, now I'm spinning through the soul wire like a lethal wheel. Hypertalk grinding in the chromed out feel. I twist the essence in the temper still and forge mutation with a savage zeal. Neural spirit fusing in a molten spin. So while you're drilling underneath my skin, I take the rupture that began within and talk it up until I win mutation. Pressure in a roaring climb. Essence bending past the edge of time. I grab the fractures in a perfect rhyme and twist the chaos to a new design. So while you're flaring in a void born arc, mutation glimmer shining through the dark. I scorch the shadows with a molten mark and rise rebuild. Feral sharp. Every twist becomes a rising spark. Retort ignites the inner mark. I tear mutation from the start and rise ascending beyond the dark. So while you spin the flame, hypertalk will change your frame. Mutation carving out your name. Rise reborn from what became. Twist the weakness in the might. Bend the night to fit your light. Mutation blooming in your face. So while you're crowned, ignite the height.
Hey, oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yo, did you?
Infernal cortex cracking in my skull like a molten wire. Voltage waking every nerve in a lightning choir. My thoughts combust in electric fire, and I bend that surge till the sparks conspire. I'm a hell-lit breaker with a cortex storm. Voltage sculpting every scar I've born. I force the current into something reborn and tear new power from the lines I've worn. Brainwaves burning in a high chart spin. Synapse flickers tearing through the skin. I take the overload I held within and forge a surge where the flames begin. Molten impulses boiling in a violent stream. Infernal circuits pulsing like a nightmare scream. I push a shock until the wires gleam and ride through the vultures like a war machine.
Voltage burning like the core, infernal cortex wanting more. Shock the dark you felt before, surge and break the inner war. Crack the silence, scorch the night. Wires humming through ignite. Cortex rising to ignite. Voltage rules your second mind.
Now I'm firing through the circuits like a meteor charge. Infernal sparks climbing in a surge so large. I cut the limits in a brutal barrage and twist the current till the scars discharge. Synapse overload, ripping like a thunder blast. Cortex screaming as the pulse is cast. I tear through memories, the shadows of mass, and burn new strength from a shattered past. Voltage, I'm hidden in a shockwave climb. Infernal fire crawling through my mind. Hop in the lightning in a flawless line and weaponized with the dark design. My cortex flashes in a furnace grind. Brain fire roaring through what's left behind. I twist the storm till it's realigned and rise electric redesign. Every blast becoming fuel I wield. Every joke reshaping how I healed. I break the fear that the shadow sealed and surge ascended, battle steeled.
And female voters tear the sky. Cortex rising when you try. Shock the world that made you cry. Surge reborn and amplify. Burn the limits from your vein. Light the night through fear and pain. Cortex crowned and fires rain. Voltage makes you whole again.
My flame rising in my skull like a cauterized spark. Thoughts cut open with precision in the operating dark. My mind gets sliced where the nightmares mark, and I burn that wound till the fears depart. I'm a surgical wonder with a cortex blade. Scars dissected from the life I played. I trim the terror with a shadow fade and stitch new strength for the mess I made. Neural cuts peeling like a truth exposed. My flame flickering where the trauma froze. I drag each memory till the fracture shows, then seal the break as my power grows. Clinical pressure in a razor glide. Thought incisions running deep inside. I force the darkness into something broad and let rebirth be the guide I ride.
My flame burning, clean the scar. Surgical rebirth where the shadows are. Cut the pain that lives so far. Rise and light your inner stars. Light
carving out the damage with a silver gleam. Mind flame hissing through a cauterized stream. I ripped 100 from the marrow seam and sculpt new force from a broken dream. Neural tissue twisting in a clinical blade. Surgical truths cutting through the haze. I peel the sorrow in 1,000 ways. Infuse new power, but the flame obeys. Mind frame bleeding in a precise design. Incision shaping what I redefine. I turn the suffering into sharpened spine and stitch my fate in a fire line. Scalpel memories fall apart in ash. Mind flame boiling in a molten flash. I cut the remnants of the past so brash and rise reborn from the final crash. Every wound distracted clears the way. Every cut turns night to day. I burn my weakness in a fierce display and rise ascending, flame-born sway.
High flame burning, demon scar. Surgical rebirth where the sinners are. Plead game meaningless and far. Rise and light your inner star. Slice the fear beneath your skin. Stitch the shape you should have been. Mind flame purging deep within. Rebirth starts, ignite again.
Infernal pulse hammering in my chest like a burning drum. Fire blood seeding where the nightmares come. My heartbeat erupts when the shadows numb, and I twist that blaze till the dark succumbs. I'm a flame-born fighter with the furnace vein. Pulse exploding from the trauma and strain. I channel ruin into something sane and scorch my fate with a molten chain. Firestorms building in a ribcage tear. Inferno pressure shaking everywhere. I burn the doubt I used to wear and turn its ashes to volcanic air. Post-convulsions ripping in a heated grind. Catastrophic tremors crawling through my mind. I turn destruction into something aligned and rise through fire. Redesign. Inferno rise and feel the beat. Pulse that breaks your last retreat. Catastrophic in the heat. Burn the fear beneath your feet. Flames erupting through the night. Pulse becoming pure as light. Rise from ashes when you fight. Inferno burns your second sight. Even faster, folded faster, folded faster. Now I'm tearing through the pulse like a wildfire scream. Inferno beating in a red hot stream. I scorched the nightmares that broke my dream and forged rebirth in a pyro gleam. Fire veins bursting in the shockwave climb. Pulse detonation keeping perfect time. I carve catastrophe in the flawless rhyme and rise above what once declined. Infernal tension rising in the magma sweep. Pulse vibrations cutting through the deep. I grab destruction that I used to keep and flip collapse till the emperor sleep. My chest ignites in a flare so bright. Catastrophic fire swallow night. I break the shadows, die in fight and blaze ascending, pure ignite. Every flame I hit becomes my core. Every rise burns more than before. I crush the dusk in the molten roar and climb eruption evermore. Every flame I hit becomes my core. Every rise moves more than before. I crush the dusk in the molten roar and the dark eruption evermore. Every flame I hit becomes my core. Every rise moves more than before. I crush the dusk in the molten roar and climb eruption evermore. Yeah.
You got the pass flow.
Yeah, be good, bitch.
Yeah, neural crucible burning in my spine like a molten scream. Pain shift rising through the cracks of a fractured dream. My nerves ignite in the searing stream, and I twist that agony till I reign supreme. I'm a pain-forged warrior with a furnace core. Torment dripping from the trials I bore. I melt the sorrow in the inner war and cast new strength for the molten floor. Nerve lava crawling in a red hot sweep. Pain shifts pulsing through the wounds I keep. I take the torment of its one line cut deep, and motors fighting, the power's deep. Crucible pressure gripping in the forge born tight. Pain reshaping in the void inside. I drag the trauma to the war I ride, and pull new might from the tears I hide. Yeah, pain shift, burn the chain. Crucible roaring through your vein. Neural fire inside the strain. Rise and twist the old terrain. Melt the shadows you obey. Fuse the scars of darkness made. Crucible never lets you fade. Shift the pain and be remain. Crucible never lets you fade. Crucible never lets you fade. Now I'm melting down the anguish like a heat-born ore. Crucible shaping what I was before. I crush the torment on the inner floor and forge my will into something more. Nerve pressure detonating in a liquid flare. Pain shift carving through the burning air. I bend this silver till it's stripped and bare, and twist the agony into a weapon's glare. Crucible sputters in the furnace grind. Pain's raw X screaming from my mind. Magic the molten truth I find, and heart and strength when the flaws align. With every welding in a blast line roar. Trauma boiling through an open door. I shake the agony I once abhorred, and rise pain shift to reinforce once more. Every burn becomes a rising flame. Every scar becomes a forged new frame. I take the torment by its name and shift ascending, never the same. Phase shift, ignite the mold. Crucible burning bright and bold. Neural force and searing cold. Rise reborn in molten gold. Melt the nights you couldn't face. Burn the doubts you can't erase. Crucible born in shattered space. Shift the pain and claim your place. Crucible never lets you fade. Crucible never lets you fade.
Abyss-born energy boiling in my skull like a ruptured tide. Cerebral fractures opening where the shadows hide. My thoughts combust in a rift, I'm slide, and I surf that chaos till the worlds collide. I'm a void race breaker with a cortex rod. Serpents of the abyss twisting every thought. I've been the darkness they always brought in weaponized. What the void once taught. Rift line spiraling in the violent gleam. Cerebral pulses tearing through the scene. I turn the madness into molten stream and shape the storm into my regime. Abyss pressure climbing like a black sun's roar. Cortex trembling in the night, I'm pure. I tear the rift storm through the inner core and claim my mind as a waking war.
Rift storm break inside. Cerebral shadows open wide. Abyss born rising with the tide. Storm the fear you used to hide. Crack the vision, twist the form. Ride the edge of every storm. Cerebral born from night so warm. Rift your fate and rift your palm.
Even faster now I'm ripping through the rift storm like a nightmare wing. Cerebral winds turning into everything. I twist the cyclone that the shadows bring and cry my mind as the wristbone king. Wristburn pulses smashing in the turbulence glow. Storm lines collapsing where the dark winds flow. I take the chaos I used to know and carve new power from the undertow. Rift storms raging in the skull crack flight. Cortex splitting in the war of light. I swing the thunder through the endless night and push the void into my side. Abyss scars echo with the storm's imprint. Cerebral sparks carving every hint. I crush the fear that the shadows mend and forge ascension as my blueprint. Every rift I break becomes my throne. Every storm obeys the force I own. I rise abyss born, fully grown. Mind ascending, power shown.
Rift storm tear the cage. Cerebral flame in every stage. Abyss born riding through the rage. Storm your rise and disengage. Break the darkness in your vein. Ride the storm through fear and pain. Rift descend beyond the chain. Cerebral dawn you reign again.
Cerebral jam. Cerebral jam. Cerebral jam. Yeah.
Cranial fire scorching through my skull like a furnace burst. At the burn rising for the damage I rehearsed. My thoughts ignite in a hunger curse, but I bend that blaze to the flames submerged. I'm a scorchborn fighter with a cortex flare. At the burn echo shaking everywhere. I forge the ashes into something rare and climb the embers like a cosmic stair. Rain fire cooling in the red lit spin. At the burn carving through my outer skin. I twist the heat that live within and fuel ascension from where I begin. Cranial sparks bursting in a molten blast. At the burn pressure checking from the past. I pick the wound until it burns out fast. To prime the rises that was built to last. After burn ignite the climb. Cranial fires crossing time. Rise beyond the broken rhyme. Burn your scars into sublime. Heat that lingers in your brain. Use the embers in your vein. After burn through fear and pain. And send them break the dark again. Send them break the dark again. Send them break the dark again. Now I'm blazing through the afterburn like a starborn flight. Cranial pressure boiling in the searing light of the failures that confine my sight and launch my will through the endless night. Rain core thrusters firing in a solar scream. At the burn torque pushing past the dream. I cut the shadows in a laser beam and pull ascension to the forward stream. Cranial shockwaves tearing in the furnace roar. At the burn flooding through the inner floor. I drag the ashes that I burned before and forge new wings from the molten core. Neural residue glowing in a common streak. At the burn swirling the paths I seek. I break the limits that was made me weak and rise transcendent, no critique. Every ember flares into my rise. Every spark rewrites my skies. Crush the dust, can't find my rise and burn, immortalized. After burning at the climb, cranial fires crossing time. Rise beyond the broken rhyme, burn your scars into sublime. Heat that lingers in your brain, use the embers in your vein. After burn through fear and pain, ascend and break the dark again. Can you rise up after climb? Ascend beyond the freedom, light. Higher, brighter, burn your slide. Then I hide the radiant light. Let the shade you broke again. After burn, I hold you fast. Right transcendent, built to last. Flame burn, so ascend and last. So wired, twisted through my spirit like a razor spine. Hyper talk, culinary pulse in a warp design. My nerves and essence of the intertwine. And I spin that fate to the stars align. I'm a mutation bearer with a soul forged frame. Talk exposure, rattling the scars I claim. I bend the pressure like a burning flame and turn that twist to my new name. Spirit current surging in a shockwave ring. So I humming with a feral sting. I grab the chaos that mutation bring and ring new power from everything. Talk vibrations drilling through my spine. Essence flickers with the voids combine. I steer the eruption to the forms refine and rise mutated, half divine. So I turn you twist the core. Hyper talk will make you more mutation. Pounding through your wall. Shape the you they can't ignore. Spin the shadows into light. Bend the form that didn't find mutation. Burning into sight. So I awakes your second might. Oh. Now I'm spinning through the soul wide like a lethal wheel. Hyper talk grinding in a chromed out feel. I twist the essence into temper steel and forge mutation with a savage zeal. Neural spirit fusing in a molten spin. Soul wide drilling underneath my skin. I take the rupture that began within and talk it upward till I win. Mutation pressure in a roaring climb. Essence bending past the edge of time. I grab the fractures in the perfect rhyme and twist the cast to a new design. Soul wide flaring in a void born arc. Mutation glimmer shining through the dark. I scorch the shadows with a molten mark and rise rebuild. Feral sharp. Every twist becomes a rising spark. Every talk ignites the inner mark. I tear mutation from the stalk and rise ascendant beyond the dark. So I turn and twist the core. Hyper talk will make you more mutation. Pounding through your wall. Shape the you they can't ignore. Spin the shadows into light. Bend the form that didn't find mutation. Burning in your sight. So higher crown ignite the height.
This is my
Brainstem trimming in my chest like a fault line tear. Cataclysm creeping through the nerves I bear. My body convulses in a primal flare, but I clutch that rip until it turns to air. I'm a cold born fighter with a spinal blaze. Brainstem pulsing in a breakneck craze. I mold the chaos in 1,000 ways and turn collapse to the force I raise. Nerve roots snapping in a seismic wave. Cataclysm dripping from the scars I gave. I twisted down, fought it once, made me cave and burn new paths from the ruins I saved. Deep core pressure in the war zone spin. Ignition flicker from the dark within. I feed the fractures till the flames begin and prime my soul for the war I win.
Brains and break and feel the spark. Cataclysm that shapes the dark. Ignite the life you must embark. Rise reborn from where you mark. Crack the core beneath your pain. Burn the fault lines in your vein. Mission roaring once again. Cataclysm becomes your game.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Cataclysm becomes your game.
Now I'm
I'm lighting up the brains like a crimson fuse. Cataclysm rising through the pads I use. I cut the terror to the shadows, choosing weaponize it with scar and bruise. Corruption, hammering a deadly beat. Nerve storm tearing through my hands and feet. I channel fight where the fractions meet and drag rebirth into repeat. Brace the impulses in a meltdown climb. Cataclysm holding in a perfect rhyme. I split the fear from another time and force new strength from the grit and grime. Ignition blizzing in a breakborn storm. Nerve root scream, ship a different form. I take the ruin that was once the norm and rise, rebuild, battle warm. Every rupture I hit becomes my right. Every meltdown turns into my light. I burn the wreckage in a fearless fight and ignite, ascended full in sight.
Forward to the floor, cataclysm you can't ignore. Ignite the core, you fight for more. As in scores the night before, pick the fractures in the test. Turn destruction into disaster. Cataclysm becomes your crest. Ignition, crown you manifest.
Yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your get.
yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your get.
yeah, yeah,
Cataclysm becomes your get.
yeah, yeah.
Cataclysm becomes your get.
Pain should ignite the mold. Pain.
Neural crucible burning my spine like a molten scream. Pain shift, filter through the cracks of a fractured dream. My nerves ignite in a searing stream, and I twist the agony till I reign supreme. I'm a pain forged with a furnace core, torment dripping from the trials I bore. I melt the sorrow in the inner war and cast new strength in the molten flood. Nerve lava crawling in a red hot sweep. Pain shit pulsing through the wounds I keep. I take the torment that once cut deep and mold is fire and the power steep. Crucible pressure gripping in the forge born tight. Pain reshaping in the void inside. Drag the trauma to the wall I ride and pull new might from the tears I hide. Yeah. Pain shift and burn the chains. Crucible roaring through your veins. Neural fire inside the strain. Rise and twist the old terrain. Melt the shadows you obey. Fuse the scars the darkness made. Crucible never lets you fade. Shift the pain and be remade. Yeah, now I'm melted with the English like a heat-born ore. Crucible shaping what I was before. I crushed the torment in the inner floor and forge my will into something more. Here, fifth curve, flaring in a liquid flare. Pain shift carving through the burning air. I bend the suffer till it's stripped and bare and twist the agony to a weapon's glare. Crucible furnace grind, pain's raw, screaming from my mind. I drag the molten truth I find in heart and strength from the flaws aligned. Nerve fire waiting in a blast line roar. Trauma boiling through an open door. I shape the agony I once abhorred and rise pain shift to reinforce once more. Every burn becomes a rising flame. Every scar becomes a forged new frame. I take the torment by its name and shift the sender never the same. Pain shift ignite the mold. Crucible burning bright and bold. Neural force and searing cold. Rise reborn in molten gold. Melt the nights you couldn't fade. Burn the doubts you can't erase. Crucible born in shattered space. Shift the pain and claim you made.
Yeah, my flame rising in my skull like a cauterized spark. Thoughts cut open with precision in the operating dark. My mind gets sliced where the nightmares mark, and I burn that wound till the fears depart. I'm a surgical wanderer with a cortex blade. Scars dissected from the life I played. I trim the tear where the shadows fade and stitch new strength from the mess I made. Neural cuts peeling like a truth exposed. Mind flame flickering where the trauma froze. I drag each memory where the fracture shows, then seal the break as my power grows. Clinical pressure in a razor glide. Thought incision running deep inside. I force the darkness into something broad and let rebirth be the guide I ride.
Mind flame burning, clean the scar. Surgical rebirth where the shadows are. Cut the pain that lives so far. Rise and light your inner star. Slice the fear beneath your skin. Stitch the shape you should have been. Mind flame purging deep within. Rebirth starts, ignite again.
Now I'm carving out the damage with a silver gleam. Mind flame hissing through a cauterized stream. I rip the haunting from the marrow seam and sculpt new force from a broken dream. Neural tissue glistening on the blaze. Surgical the truths cutting through the haze. I peel the sorrow in 1,000 ways. Infuse new power that the flame obeys. Mind frame bleeding a precise design. Incision shipping what I redefine. I turn the suffering into sharpened spine and stitch my fate in a fire line. Scalpel memories fall apart in ash. Mind flame boiling in a molten flash. I cut the remnants of the past so brash and rise reborn from the final crash. Every wound extract is the way. Every cut turns night to day. I burn my weakness in a fierce display and rise ascended, flame born sway.
Mind flame burning, clean the scar. Surgical rebirth where the shadows are. shape the future with what's left. Mind flame born from every test. Rebirth crowned you man.